All right, this is officially the first drive of the season in my Ferrari. She hasn't been run pretty much all winter. I feel really badly. She's got away from me. So she's probably gonna run a little rough until things warm up a little bit. Gonna get some fuel through her. Get a little bit of just run this out a little bit. Nice to take her out. This first like 60-degree day. So I need to put some fresh gas in it, but I wanted to burn some of this gas out of here from last year. Let's see, it's like the first couple weeks in April. It's the first week in April. So I think I ran, last time I ran it was in November. So we had a good 4 months where I haven't driven the car. So the fuel is probably right on the hairy edge of going bad. I think they say the fuel can last about 6 months. So, and the last trip I did was a good 100-mile or so drive. So I know the fuel, I had filled it at that point. But so the big plans for this year on this car, or at least I'm considering it, is taking it for a big drive, like maybe to the national show in September in Wisconsin. And what I could do is ship this car out there and then drive it back. I was just thinking that I might not want to drive it out there just simply because I have work to do out there. I have a couple cars I need to show, and I don't think it would be a good idea for me to drive this car and have something happen. Too many factors. It's still an old car, so I'm thinking what I could do is drive out there or have the car shipped out there one way and then drive it around during Wisconsin at all the stuff that's going on with the Ferrari Club, and then just drive it back. One of my friends is thinking about joining me, so it's a possibility. I kind of feel sometimes that if we talk about driving these cars and Ferraris are meant to be driven, I kind of feel like I have a responsibility that I kind of have to do it myself. I can't preach it and tell people, yeah, I mean, I drive this car all the time. Just get it out and drive it a few, for instance, today it'll probably be a good 30, 40 mile drive, just to get some temperature in her, and I can see the water temperature coming up. Oil temperature still isn't happening, but yeah, I mean, that's what they're meant to be driven. But I also feel like part of it is also get out there and drive some distance. When you do activities like this and you go on a drive, you'll remember that week or 2 weeks or whatever, or even 3-day drive, longer than you ever will remember the day that you kept a car and you polished it and waxed it and kept it in the storage and coddled it and preserved it. I just feel like using them and taking them out and driving them, those will imprint those days that you spent in the car far better, and the connection to the car is so much better than just sitting in your garage and polishing it all damn day. I mean, do you remember the 6th time you polished the car? Do you remember the 10th time you polished the car? I remember the 6th rally I've done on the car. I remember the 7th, Cars and Coffee that I've taken it to. Those kind of things I remember because, you'll say, oh, that was the one that I met so-and-so at. But, keeping it at home and having your detailer come out and detail it again, and when you never even put mileage on it from the last time, where's the enjoyment of that? I mean, I'm not trying to pass judgment on those guys, but I'm enjoying the car in a very different way. I really enjoy showing the cars. I do enjoy doing that, but I also have been trying to talk my guys who do that to drive it. I mean, look, even if you take it out and drive it a little bit, you know, to the show or around the show, or do a tour during the show, that's something that is just as much fun. So yeah, I am waving the flag. Yeah, I'm trying to get other people to do it, but I'm doing it right now. I see some of these guys who have these cars, they keep them forever, and they get to drive them like a few thousand miles. And I just feel like you're just wasting the car. I get it, you know, low mileage cars, all this other stuff have more value. But like in the whole world and scheme of things, it's like, what are you saving these cars for? I just feel like taking it out for a drive and, you know, worrying about a car that has like 2,000 miles or 5,000 miles and not driving it because you're gonna, oh my God, like that to me is so silly. Now, I've owned this car for 25 years, and you know, it's getting a little rough around the edges. It's getting a couple chips, probably a little bit of rust. It's not falling apart, but it's certainly getting long in the tooth. Some of the rubber gaskets are starting to wear out and split and things, and I've been throwing around the idea of like, well, maybe one day maybe it's time to restore it. And then I started thinking about it. It's like, you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna leave it for the next guy. I mean, you know, I've had so much fun with this car, building it with my own hands. Maybe I'll do it, you know, with this car. But at the same time, I'm still using it and driving it. I don't know if it's necessarily going to hurt the value if I just keep doing this. And I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'll let it be somebody else's, you know, project, and they can fall in love with this car all over again by, you know, taking care of it and restoring it, and really not worry about it a ton. I mean, yeah, you know, you worry about somebody scratching it or somebody stealing it, but if you're properly insured, well, why am I going to worry about it? Otherwise, I'm not going to use the car at all. So, I'm as we're talking about it, I'm talking myself further and further into it. You know. There you go. That's the kind of stuff that puts a smile on my face. She still got it. Just a good old friend. Makes all the right noises. You know, it's like we have these things in our lives. We're just like little boys in our toys. And toys might get a little bit more expensive. We might get a little bit more gray. But we're still those kids, still those little boys with our toys. And had this toy for 25 years and grown old with it. And just love every minute of it. Not really hung up on material possessions. Not tied to stuff, but this is one of the things in my life that I got that changed my life, but at the same time brings a smile to my face. And if you have things that you can get in your life that brings a smile to your face, you're a lucky person.